evening. The Madras High Court has ordered another round of post-mortems in the suicide case of a schoolgirl that has sparked tension in Tamil Nadu's Kallakurichi, about 260 kilometers from Chennai. The court's ruling comes a day after a mob went berserk on the campus of the private residential school following the death of the student. The court has directed the police to take tough action against the rioters and those who incited them. The court, however, turned down a plea by the girl's family that the second round of autopsies be carried out by a doctor of their choice. The police have detained the principal secretary and the correspondent of the school in connection with the suicide. More than 100 suspects have been taken into custody for the rioting on the campus. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin underscored that the violence impedes growth and that only a peaceful Tamil Nadu can be an inclusive Tamil Nadu. The girl, according to the police, jumped from the third floor of the hostel on the 13th of July. Her family has alleged that the two teachers had mentally harassed and humiliated her. Police have said that the girl had left behind a note that says that she was struggling in several subjects and alleges humiliation by her teachers for her poor academic performance.
மனவருத்தம் ஏற்படுத்தும் வகையில் கள்ளக்குறிச்சியில் நடந்த சம்பவங்கள் அமைந்துள்ளன. கல்வி நிலையங்கள் ஒவ்வொரு பிள்ளைகளையும் தங்களது சொந்த பிள்ளைகளாக நினைத்து அவர்களை பயிற்றுவிக்க வேண்டும். மாறாக நடக்கும் எந்த செயல்களாக இருந்தாலும் அவர்கள் சட்டத்தின் முன் நிறுத்தப்பட்டு தண்டிக்கப்படுவார்கள் என எச்சரிக்கிறேன். இந்த சோகமான சூழலை பயன்படுத்தி கொண்டு சிலர் சேர்ந்து சட்டவிரோதமாக நடந்து கொண்டுள்ளார்கள். வன்முறைகள் என்பது வளர்ச்சிக்கு எதிரானவை என்பதை அவர்கள் உணர வேண்டும். அமைதியான தமிழகம்தான் அனைவருக்குமான தமிழகமாக அமையும் என்பதை அனைவரும் உணர வேண்டும். நம்முடைய வளர்ச்சிக்கு மிக முக்கியமான காரணம் நமக்கு இருக்கும் மொழி பற்றும்.
I am very dismayed about what's happening in Kallakurichi. It is an utter failure of the district administration to prevent this. Whatever has happened to the student must be investigated and those guilty must be punished.
My colleague Sam Daniel has been tracking the story and joins us now. Sam, it's obviously very sad and deeply distressing, the death of the student, but what instigated this sort of violence? I mean, this crowd went on a complete rampage.
Two things, Vishnu. This happened almost 5 days ago, and the police had not arrested anyone, nor did they explain to the parents that their fears or allegations are not true. But police claimed they were investigating, inquiring students, teachers, and also examining the footage for a concrete evidence to take action. Although the protests were peaceful outside the campus, on Sunday, that's yesterday, it turned violent. More than 1,000 people joined, and they turned into a mob. They breached the police barricades and got into the school, torched at least 10 school buses, a few other police vehicles, and that's their form of demanding justice for the girl who allegedly died by suicide. Police also point out, in the meanwhile, there were also attempts on social media by a group which at the moment they're not formally naming, that tried to instigate violence, that tried to mobilize this kind of a crowd. That turned out of control, and as a result of that, the campus suffered huge losses in terms of vandalism, in terms of people looting the school property and also setting on fire crucial documents of students and teachers. The court has now directed a fresh post-mortem, a second post-mortem, since the mother and the father of the parents of the child fear that there could be foul play.
Right.
And they've turned down their request to have their doctors of choice for the post-mortem. The police, of course, have arrested 3 people, including the principal of the school, and they say they are looking for evidence, and due investigation will be conducted, and whoever is guilty will be brought to justice.
All right, Sam, just be with us for a moment. I'm
more
joined
than
by
100 people also have been arrested for
DMK supporter
alleged
at
rioting.
this stage. Mr. Rajshekharan, how did a situation like this get so disastrously out of control?
Vishnu, see, this is a very unfortunate incident. I empathize with the girl's family, and she had committed suicide inside the school premises. And see, you should understand, it's a private school. It is not a government school. And 13th, the incident happened. After 5 days, this violence has erupted. But all along, since 14th, 15th, 16th, I was told that there were peaceful protests, there were agitations, and the police, local police had called the school management, the authorities, the principal, the secretary, and the correspondent, everybody for inquiry, and they were doing the job religiously. But finally, one fine day, what happened? Due to reasons best known to the people there who had instigated this violence, who are behind this unfortunate massive mob attack against the school, the police vans were, police buses and vans and jeeps were set on fire.
So the key question, the reason for this instigation, very unfortunate. Sam, let me come back to you. In her suicide note, it's been said that this child said that she was being harassed and over her results. Is that what is that what this may actually have been all about?
Vishnu, the suicide note has not yet come to public domain, but the police confirm they have secured a suicide note in which the girl alleges that she was humiliated by a few teachers for her academic performance, and she's in class 12, a crucial year for her, and it's in this context this alleged suicide has taken place, and which her parents suspect that could not be the case. And the police say over the last 5 days they could not get any concrete evidence to pinpoint on a particular teacher or a few others to be arrested, and only after this violent turn of events they have arrested 3 people. But so far there is no clarity on was there any such incident or humiliation by teachers which could have actually pushed this girl in terms of ending her own life.
Well, Mr. Pukarendi, the AIADMK leader, also with us. Sir, it remains unclear why this took place. Do you not believe that the real issue or the real concern is pressure on this student was so intense that she apparently had to end her life because of that? Is that what this is all about, in your opinion?
Yeah, good evening. Good evening to NDTV. The riot has been created and well planned, sir, actually, with well planned, and the first time seeing the riot, because I born from the same area, born and brought from that Kallakurichi, Sinnasalem area. Still time, no riot, nothing, no galata, it's a farmer's belt actually. The unfortunate incident has happened. Now only this police arrested nearly 200 people there, and they visited the honorable ministers also, because intentionally that some people, gundas, entered here and ransacked the school premises and other things. But at the same time, we convey our condolence to the family.
Right.
No doubt, deepest condolence for the Srimati and everyone. But unfortunately, this incident is planned and done. But no police investigation only. Investigating only, we will come to know everything.
No, but who has planned it, sir? What is your allegation?
The allegation is that we are not able to find, because that one of the people against the management, I feel, the group of the team, and ransacked the school. And
all right, so nothing clear as far as, but let me bring in Kasturi Shankar, the activist at this stage. Kasturi, thanks very much for being with us. It's awful that this poor child had to end her life in this manner, but it's perplexing how a situation which took place over the last few days, the death of the student took place on the 13th of this month. Now on the 18th of this month, why are we seeing this? I'm perplexed. How has this happened? How has this escalated?
I would prima facie say that the biggest issue in the first place was police apathy. Today we have received the autopsy report in public, and we see that the child was dead on arrival at the hospital. They're saying that she had been dead for over 30 hours, almost 36 hours dead before she was brought to the hospital. I mean, when a child is, forget about the reason. Let's go to that next. When there is a death in a school premises and you don't even take the child to a hospital, when there is a suicide attempt, as they claim it is, that's the whole point. When there is an attempted suicide and you don't try to get medical help for the child, you take your own sweet time and finally after hours somebody takes them to help. It is sad. Number one, the police apathy. The family has been protesting from day one. The family has been protesting from day one because they have, the child has died under suspicious circumstances. There are marks on the child's body. There are blood stains on her undergarments. And where was the difficulty in being transparent about this in the first place? Why prolong it? Why try to hush it up? Why the cover-up efforts till it became a riot? Till the violence and till 20 buses. I do not condone the violence. I condemn the violence. I'm very sad that 20 buses were set up fire, public property was put to waste, and children who have no fault of theirs who go to that school, the teachers, the children, everybody is paying a price for this. But how can you not understand the gravity of the situation when nobody takes action? The police is silent on the matter. The government, which is giving statement after statement today, the minister was giving statement after statement today. Where were all these people all these days?
Yeah, okay.
Did the child's life not matter as much as your PR exercise?
All
so
right.
Today you want to tell that the case has been transferred to CBCID and everybody should stop talking about it and things should go back to normal. How is it going to go back to normal? It will go back to normal when children are safe in their schools.
Yeah.
When children are not harassed by
Mr.
their
Rajshekharan, one sec, Kasturi, I think the point that Kasturi Shankar makes, and I don't know if this is this correct or not, it is a strong allegation that the body of this child was not recovered for more than 30 hours. How could this take place in a residential school? Isn't that possible? Isn't that huge dereliction of responsibility? Is this an angle that is being looked at? Or do you believe that these allegations are incorrect?
Vishnu, again I want to reiterate one point. See, it is a private school and the secretary, the correspondent have been arrested yesterday evening. But again, I'll make things very clear. If at all any lacuna in the police investigation, definitely anybody who is responsible should be punished. I have no second opinion. But let us not insinuate something which nobody knows. Again, I'm reiterating, even the Honorable High Court has said, please investigate in all angles.
Okay.
And ensure everybody is brought to books with the wisdom. The Honorable Judges, the Judge of Madras High Court with its wisdom has said that investigate this case without any fear or favor.
Right.
And how can somebody like activist Kasturi speak whatever she thinks and imagines? It's ridiculous.
Whatever, I have not given any personal opinions, sir.
Let us not spread canards. Let us not spread canards without knowing the facts, because nobody knows it. Even the Honorable High Court has said, please investigate. There is a CBCID inquiry being ordered by the Chief Minister, and police are investigating. See, it is not a government school.
Report have clearly stated that the child was dead for more than 36 hours.
Tell her to allow me.
Mr. Pugareddy, 1 second. Mr. Rajshekharan, you made your point. Kasturi, respond before I go back to Mr. Pugareddy.
I have not shared any personal opinions here, which will be stronger than.
Mr. Pugareddy, I'll come to you next. Kasturi, go ahead.
Yeah, I have only stated what is in the public domain, what has declassified information that the government has provided us. I've only stated what is in the autopsy report, and I'm giving the legal angle to it. And as far as the riots are concerned, when the Honorable Minister says rioters have come through from a planned agenda, I also agree. But whose plan is it? Whose plan is it? You cannot keep politicizing the issue and say your opposition party, the ruling party, or some other
All right,
party.
one second, Kasturi, half a second.
This is the public voice. Why did you not take action before the violence
Okay,
started?
Mr. Pugarendi, last comment. You were trying to say something, sir. We can listen to you now. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Included Rajsekhar, included Kasturi, all are condemning this. We are not. We are opposing this. The first time the riot happened in particular area, Kallakurichi and Chennai, that is the district, Viluppuram district. This in my age, first time I'm seeing. I born and brought from that area only. Now under investigation, everything is going on. Transfer to CBC.
I'd like to add that this is not the first time a death has happened in a private school in Kallakurichi. This happened several years ago.
I am sorry.
Also.
The
But that time there was no violence, there were no riots.
I am talking about the riot. You are talking about school incident.
Every time
the Karnataka also,
murder,
all the state it is happened. I am not denying. But here riot happened in Chennai, Kallakurichi
a child in KG class, a child died due to in suspicious circumstances in a school in the same area several years ago. I will get the details for you. I remember
I know
that
the
from
school
the back
name.
of my
I know another school is there. The strength is 20,000.
AVS or AVK or
this
something.
School also is there. That we are also condemning.
All right, look, I
We are
just
not
need to
denying
wrap
that.
this up because I've
We
run out
wait.
of time completely. It is extremely sad what has taken place, and hopefully there will be justice and the truth will emerge. Let's spare